Hi guys, this is Milena and today we're going to talk about jealousy because it's one of the most common and most detrimental feelings to any relationship. Most of us have experienced it in one form or another in our lives, whether we have felt jealous or we've had a jealous partner or someone in our immediate or extended family has been a jealous person. We have all seen how devastating the effects of jealousy can be. Very recently, I worked with someone who came to me with that question: how do I deal with a jealous partner? Now, first, I would like to make an important distinction between jealousy and envy. Jealousy is usually defined as a fear of losing something or someone that we don't want to lose, whereas envy is resentment toward someone who has, or has achieved something that we want to, but we feel like we haven't. We're probably going to deal with envy next week, but this video is going to be dedicated to jealousy. And because it's fear, very often it turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy, which means the very thing we're afraid of, actually, we end up creating and manifesting into our experience. If we're afraid of losing our partner, jealousy makes us act and react in a certain way that actually ends up pushing our partner away. Now we're going to look at both sides, when we feel jealous and when we have a partner who's jealous. Let's look at when our partner is jealous first. How are they feeling and where is this fear coming from? Fear of losing you, for example, and they're jealous of you. It comes from a deep-rooted sense of not enoughness, of unworthiness, of worthlessness. Now, one of the biggest myths is that what we can say or do can fix that for them. That we somehow, if we adjust our behavior or if we adjust what we say, can take care of that jealousy and they can stop being jealous. In most cases, most of the time, that's actually absolutely not true, because there's nothing that we can do about that deep-seated sense of worthlessness. That is something that the person for themselves can do, and we can't really do much about it. And one of the very big mistakes is we start adjusting our behavior, what we do or what we don't do, and what we say and what we don't say, and we hide sometimes, although we're not necessarily doing anything wrong, just so that our partner doesn't get jealous. Eventually, this type of behavior creates a break in the relationship, and in one way or another, the relationship ends. Best case scenario, jealousy creates a quite uncomfortable, filled with conflict relationship where at least temporarily, if not permanently, one of the partners ends up leaving. In order to check if our behavior is somehow out of line or something that we personally would not feel comfortable with, is to ask ourselves, to reverse the roles and ask ourselves, if my partner was doing or saying the things that I'm doing, how would I feel? Would I be jealous? Now, sometimes the answer might be yes, and then you can go and reassure your partner to say, I love you, I want to be with you, I have zero intentions of being with somebody else, and if I do, you will be the first person I would let know about it. Now, that is okay to do, and sometimes it is helpful. But if that's something that we have to do on a regular basis to continue keep reassuring our partner, then that's something that is connected to their own sense of worthlessness, and that's something that only they can take care of. Now, how do we respond when they're jealous? And the key word here is respond, because very often we react. Because we feel attacked, accused, blamed, we start defending. And that act of defending usually points to guilt or having done something that we haven't. We don't actually go into defense mode, and we simply say, I understand, and I can hear and feel that you feel jealousy. We've talked about it before. Nothing has changed, and you can rest assured that I want to be with you, but I'm not okay with this type of behavior. It feels abrasive, aggressive to me, and it will eventually push me away. And you can suggest some tools. There is a processing exercise that has really helped me deal with my jealousy when I feel jealous. Would you like to try it? And this is where our role ends in this. Then it's up to our partner to decide if they want to try the processing exercise or not, and how they want to go about it. If this type of behavior continues and it literally starts spiraling out of control, then you know that you're probably reaching the end of the line in your relationship with this partner. And as painful as it might be the best idea to separate from them. I personally have experienced a relationship when I was much, much younger, a relationship with an extremely jealous boyfriend who, without my knowledge, was following me and making phone calls and checking when I arrived at places and where I went and what I did, and kind of scouring through my things and looking for evidence and all those things. And he was never really assured that there was no reason to be worried. One of the reasons why our partners are jealous is very often because they're unfaithful. They basically project that type of guilt or that type of unfaithfulness because they're doing it too. So another thing that is worth mentioning is sometimes we create relationships with partners who are jealous of us because there's this subconscious idea that if they're not jealous, they don't care about us and they don't love us. And I've heard so many people say that. And then they have behavior and actions that actually triggers that jealousy in their partner because they feel slightly more assured that their partner cares about them and loves them because they're jealous. This has nothing to do with caring about you or loving you. Jealousy is a whole separate thing, and it has only to do with the idea of ownership, of fear, and of worthlessness. Now, another aspect of it is ownership. We are afraid of losing someone who we believe we own. But that idea of ownership in relationships is very old paradigm and is something that is a thing of the past, unless we want to keep recreating it in our experiences. But I have not seen a single case when that has yielded a positive result in any relationship. That only suffocates our sense of freedom. We're very free-spirited beings, and every time we feel like our sense of freedom is being infringed upon, we rebel against it, it doesn't feel comfortable, and ultimately creates conflict and heartbreak. Now, when we're jealous, and one of the first things that we can do is we can process that emotion by allowing it to exist. And I'm linking the exercise again if you ever feel the need to do it, and simply processing that energy within ourselves. Okay, it appeared, there's no need to judge ourselves for it. We can simply take care of it, transform it within our energy field. The second thing that we can do is we can look at our own programs and beliefs around worthlessness. Why would we fear that our partner would want to be with somebody else other than us? Because we feel like they might be better than us in one way or another. We're the most amazing person in our partner's lives. And if they don't feel that way, then they're absolutely free to be with somebody else, because we deserve somebody who sees us as the most amazing thing or person in their lives. And honestly, with that attitude, with that sense of being, is how we create a relationship where we actually manifest the person who feels that way around us. Whenever that doubt comes in, you can use the exact same exercise to process you feeling like somebody else might be better or your partner might like better. Now, another fear that we often have is that our partner loves us and they want to be with us, but they might have a transgression and still come back to us. You know, our bodies really know when our partners are having an affair, and if you just connect purely to your physical body and you ask it, is my partner having an affair? Usually you would know. I've had that happen to me several times in my life, and until I experienced it personally, I didn't actually believe that was the case. But one time, I was simply sitting in the bed in my bedroom, and this wave of knowledge came upon me, and I just knew. I knew it so strongly that if I had seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it more. What I had sensed and perceived was absolutely accurate. With time, as our abilities grow, we are going to have a stronger sense when something like that happens, and then we can decide how we want to go about it and how we want to deal with it. And if you still need more help handling situations like that and you're not quite sure how to handle jealousy, book a session at askmilena.com. Subscribe to my newsletter to receive the ebook 7 Life Hacks to Empower Your Daily Life. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you can do so below. Click on the bell so that you can get notified of all future videos, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.